Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans, and in this video, what I want to demonstrate to you is how biased the mainstream media are around the world. We'll start off with a short video, which is of a bunch of high school kids who were making a nuisance of themselves and protesting, and this happened in France. And they were arrested by the police, and because there were so many of them, they actually got them to get on their knees and put their hands behind their back. And that has gone absolutely viral right throughout Europe. You know, obviously no kids were burnt, no kids were bashed, but the rage is because they were put in this demeaning position. Okay, that's the truth behind this particular video becoming huge news right throughout Europe and in other places around the world. After this video, I'm going to play you another video with some fairly graphic images. I'm just warning you about that, which is something that happened in South Africa, and no one is even looking at it when it comes to the media. All right? Here comes the first video.
Voilà une classe qui se tient sage.
On va voir ça à leur prof. Ils n'ont jamais vu ça.
Dans la tête, on regarde droit devant.
Alrighty. Nothing really serious happening there, is there? I mean, hey, the kids were causing trouble and they were arrested, but that's gone viral. Okay. As I said, that happened in France, and the comment here is that the footage shows the moment dozens of students protesting education reforms in Mantes-la-Jolie in north central France were arrested on Thursday, most of whom were teens from local high schools. Okay, that tells you about that video. Now, let's look at what hasn't gone viral. Now, with the video that follows, I'm going to start off with a few graphic images. I'm just warning you about that. And then a short video which shows burnt-out cars. And I'll give you the story behind this now. Okay, the headline is, Security Guard Dies After Being Set Alight in Plastic Strike Chaos. NUMSA, which is a trade union, called the strike but says they're not blamed for the resulting carnage. A security guard, Leslie Legakalaka Mfalili, excuse my pronunciation, he died on Tuesday after succumbing to his injuries sustained after he was doused with petrol and set alight by violent protesters. The Plastics Converters Association, PCASA, blamed the National Union of Metal Workers of South Africa, NUMSA, for the violence that had resulted from the strike. The union meanwhile said that they could not be held responsible. I won't go through all this stuff, but I'll just tell you a bit about Peterson said on November 30th, a group of 150 protesters, many wearing NUMSA regalia, attacked a plastics factory on the East Rand. This was when security guard Mfafleli was reportedly doused in petrol as he was going for the panic button inside a security office. He was then set alight with the doors closed so he could not escape. Of course, the mainstream media are not talking about this at all. This is just par for the course in South Africa. The entire office was destroyed, according to Peterson. Mfaleli's death has been confirmed by Kyle Condon of D&K Management Consultants. A case has reportedly been opened at the Kempton Park police station with a case number provided by a member of the PCASA. The managing director of Makulu Plastics, which is the business which was targeted, Eric Botha, was reportedly forced to have his finger amputated after being assaulted during a protest. Michelle Botha, COO of Makulu Plastics, as well as Eric's wife, said, on 30th of October, a mob of people approached our company's property and tried to pull the gate open, but the wall next to the gate gave way and they pushed it over. They proceeded to run after the managing director, my husband. A mob set on him. He was trying to lock the factory down so they couldn't get in. He turned his back to run and they hit him in the back, hit him with a brick, which brought him to the floor, and then they attacked him. They assaulted him with hard blows using brick sticks and an angle iron. The result was head wounds and bruises from the beating. He also shielded his face with a hand, leading to his little finger having to be amputated. Peter says NUMSA should be held responsible for the violence. We believe the strike is allowed, but that is to withhold labour, not for violence. If the Constitution can protect a strike, it should also protect against the violence that results from a strike. In South Africa, we have come to accept that a strike without violence is not a strike anymore, said Peterson. Anyway, look, it's quite disgusting what's happening in South Africa. And the whole point of this video is that the mainstream media are making much ado about a bunch of kids with their on their knees with their hands behind their backs. And they're saying nothing about the video and the pictures that you'll see that follow. The two people in the video, Eric Botha is the guy who you'll see just covered in blood. He's the managing director of the company. And the security guard who's lying in bed was the fellow who passed away from his injuries from the when they set him alight. All right, guys, I'm sorry to start with something as distressing as this, but I have to make a point about the media. Okay, take care. Oh, don't forget to subscribe.